Welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy. Well, today we're going to be taking a look at Irish Rover, Irish whiskey, triple distilled, matured malt, non-chilled, filtered. This is from a grain and malt blend Irish. It comes in at 40%, which is 80 proof. And it does actually have an age statement on the bottle. It is over 3 years. But I'll take it. So this bottle ran me $27. I think it was 26 and change, so I just rounded up. So it's typically going to be about $25, but then plus tax and all that and whatnot, $27. This this Irish whiskey is not everywhere. I just happened to run across it, didn't ever see an advertising. The only videos I found on YouTube for this bottle are from Russia. Isn't that crazy? This Irish whiskey, I guess only the Russians like it. But yeah, it's a $27 bottle. Oh, and also one other thing. I don't know if I can. There it is. It's not a full 750. Anyhow, let's go ahead. It is a metal screw top. Blasted. There we go. That's good enough. Let's get a hold of this. It does have a little bit darker than I would say a straw, or like a golden straw. I need to get a little bit better lighting. I need to get my setup complete. You see, I just got my my printed background thing out there. I'm working on getting a sign, and I'm trying to design my stage, my setup. There's a few complications with that. It might be a while until I can get something better, permanent. I'll try to think of something better in the meantime. But that does look nice. I'm not gonna lie about that. Can't lie about that. It's right there in your face. Let's get it under the nose. Ooh, okay. That's a mid. I'll put that in the mid. Now let's break it down a little bit. Excuse me. So it is kind of mid, but it's got this sort of lightness to it. There is definitely some sweet, spicy baking notes. Sugar candy? I can't explain that one. I really don't. It's like a slight cherry oak, kind of standard for most whiskeys. Yeah, that's in the background. There's a slight bit of ethanol. Like I said, I'm going to put it in the midsection. Now let's get it on the palate. That's not offensive. It's definitely nothing to bother writing home about. It's got a weird twang. I can't explain that either. It's got this weird sort of twanginess. Take that as you will. Like I said, it's not horrible. It's not offensive. Like I said, it does kind of taste about like a $25 whiskey. Although, we're going to go ahead and do a little sneak peek rundown here. My fair price for this bottle would be roughly $15. There's another bottle which I don't have because I killed it a couple weeks ago. But two gingers, that I can get for about $15. Which one would I pick one over this one? I'll have to go get another bottle of two gingers so I can do a side-by-side comparison. But let's get back to the finish. One more take on this. That's not a bad whiskey. That's not a bad Irish whiskey. For $27, there's about half a dozen other bottles I would rather spend $27 on. But the finish is a moderate. It's got some tingling up front with this odd little sour ick in the back. If you ever experienced that, it might have a pretty good finish. It just, after like a moment or two, you get that sort of sour in the very back of your throat. But it is a cheap Irish whiskey. And I think $27 for this bottle is, well, It's almost highway robbery. So let's break it down. My score for this bottle for Irish Rover Irish whiskey, I'm going to give it a sad 2 out of 5. Like I said, it's got a little bit of harshness to it. Not completely horrible, but that harshness is just enough to knock it off down to a 2. And the second one I'm going to ding it on is it's too much for too little. $27. You're not even getting 750 milliliters. It's barely a $15 bottle of Irish whiskey as far as Mr. Randy is concerned. Would I buy this again? Obviously, no. No, I will not. However, if it goes on clearance and they jump this down to, say, $10, I will buy it. And that will be one of those bottles that I go back to when you got nothing else, or you need to mix it or give it to a friend or something. I don't think I would do that to any of my friends. But I would say the only real positive that's coming out of this one is the rarity. Like I said, it's very rare. Only found it at one store. The only thing I've ever heard about it online, especially on YouTube, is from Russia. That's the only place you're going to find. There's I think there's 3. I think there's 3 videos that I can manage to dig up. And they're all 3 in Russian. 2 of them are from the same guy. He really likes Irish Rover, I guess. But, yeah, I'm not going to buy this again. Maybe if it was for $10 and it was on discount, or they were getting it, they were just, getting it out of there. But, yeah. Have you tried it? Have you even heard of it? Let me know that. Do I recommend it? Probably not. If you got nothing else and you've been looking at it on the shelf for a while and you can get it at a good price, definitely under 20, go ahead and pick it up. Give it a try. Well, thanks for joining us here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy. Have a good one.